Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. After Little People, Big World was cancelled by TLC after 25 seasons, members of the Roloff family are breathing a sigh of relief, while having mixed feelings over the impact the show has had on their lives since it premiered 18 years ago. The feeling for most of the family is a huge sense of relief that it's over. Matt, Roloff was the only one that wanted to come back for another season. Everyone else was done a long time ago, a source exclusively tells In Touch. Over the years, Matt, 63, and ex-wife Amy Roloff's 4 children stopped appearing on the show. The final holdout was son Zach Roloff and his wife, Tori Roloff, who announced in February that they wouldn't be returning to Little People, Big World for a 26th season. They're happy to have the show behind them, but they're still dealing with the scars of years on camera. Everyone knows who they are now. Everywhere they go, people recognize them, and it can feel weird, the insider says of the Roloffs. The show brought fame and money, but it also meant that every piece of family drama played out for the world, from Matt and Amy's divorce to the tensions with their kids, the source continues. Matt and Amy, 62, were married for 28 years before finalizing their divorce in 2016. They raised their 4 children, Zach, 34, and his fraternal twin, Jeremy Roloff, daughter Molly Roloff, and son Jacob Roloff on the family's sprawling Oregon farm. When Zach and Jeremy clashed with Matt over buying part of the family farm, that put a huge wedge between them that still doesn't seem even close to being resolved. The insider explains. They're all trying to get back to normal life, but it's not easy. There are still a lot of family rifts and unresolved issues. Jeremy, 34, and his wife, Audrey Roloff, left Little People, Big World in 2019. He appeared on 17 seasons of the show. That same year also saw the departures of longtime stars Molly, 31, and Jacob, 27, who went on to lead private lives. Zach and Tori, 33, cited a greater desire for privacy, especially for their young children, when they announced during the February 22 episode of their Raising Heights podcast that they were leaving LPW. We are done. That part in our lives, that chapter has closed, Tori explained while they were still appearing in episodes that were airing on season 25. Zach revealed that the couple had not been formally asked to return for season 26. I think the chapter has closed regardless of us being asked back or not. We made it pretty clear we're done with that chapter for multiple reasons, he stated. This last cycle was rough between the family, the farm deal, and we were done with it. We moved on. Tori explained how the couple's oldest child, son Jackson, had already expressed how he was uncomfortable having his life filmed for reality TV. Our oldest, Jackson, has voiced things he doesn't want to be a part of with filming and the show. And I think that as a parent, we've really taken that to heart. I think that was a huge reason for us stepping away, she told listeners. After over 2 decades on air, Little People, Big World has officially come to an end. For years, fans followed the lives of the Roloff family, watching as they navigated fame, personal triumphs, family disputes, marriages, and the many challenges of managing a farm under the constant eye of a reality TV camera crew. But now, with the series concluded, the Roloffs have opened up about what life is like without the show, and surprisingly, there's a collective feeling of peace. For many members of the family, the end of the series signals the start of a new, calmer chapter in their lives. After TLC quietly confirmed that there would be no further seasons of Little People, Big World, speculation swirled about how the family felt about the decision. Some believed the end came due to declining ratings or changes in cast dynamics, while others assumed it was a creative choice. But now, sources close to the Roloffs and the Roloffs themselves have begun sharing how the cancellation has impacted their daily lives. And contrary to what many may assume, the prevailing mood among the family is one of relief, gratitude, and even hope. For matriarch Amy Roloff, the cancellation came with mixed emotions. She had spent a large portion of her adult life in front of the cameras, building a public persona while also raising her children on the family farm. While the show helped her connect with fans and share her journey as a little person raising a family, it also created a sense of constant visibility. In recent interviews, Amy has spoken candidly about how exhausting it could be to always feel the need to be on. Now, without the burden of a production schedule or the pressure to relive personal events for an audience, Amy says she finally has space to fully enjoy her life with husband Chris Marek. "Don't get me wrong, Little People, Big World was a blessing in many ways," Amy shared on a podcast. "But for the first time in a long time, I can just be me. I don't have to think about how something will look on camera or whether a disagreement will make it into an episode. There's a peace that comes with that." Zach Roloff, one of the show's central figures in later seasons, had become the emotional anchor of the series after his siblings moved away from the spotlight. Alongside his wife Tori, Zach allowed cameras into their home to document their parenting journey, surgeries, and tense moments with his father Matt Roloff, especially in the wake of the farm sale controversy. While fans admired their transparency, both Zach and Tori often hinted at how difficult it was to remain vulnerable on screen. In an Instagram key and a following the show's cancellation, Tori admitted that while they are thankful for the platform LPBW gave them, the family is feeling a huge sense of relief. According to her, being able to raise their children Jackson, Lila, and Jojo without the looming presence of production teams has been liberating. "Our kids are at that age now where they're becoming more aware," Tori explained. "They notice the cameras, the microphones, the people in our house. It's a relief to just have our privacy back. We can be a family without needing to share everything." Zach echoed her sentiments in a separate video, emphasizing that while the show was part of their identity, it was time to focus on what comes next. The couple has hinted at possibly pursuing independent creative projects, but nothing as invasive or intensive as a reality series. "This chapter is closed," Zach said, "and it feels good." Matt Roloff's journey with the show was perhaps the most complex. As the visionary behind Roloff Farms and the original narrator of the family story, Matt was deeply entwined with LPBW from its inception. The show followed his entrepreneurial efforts, medical procedures, and, in recent seasons, the dramatic fallout from his decision to retain ownership of the farm rather than pass it on to his children, most notably Zach. Matt has always had a love-hate relationship with reality television. On one hand, it gave him a platform to raise awareness about dwarfism and share his professional ambitions. On the other, it opened the family up to public scrutiny, especially during family conflicts. Now that the cameras have gone dark, Matt says he feels a mix of emotions, but mostly he's looking forward to enjoying the fruits of his labor. In a recent statement, Matt said, "It's been an incredible ride. I don't regret a minute of it, but I also don't miss the pressure of having to perform. I'm still working on the farm, still staying active, but it's nice to do it on my own terms now. There's no more production schedule, just life." Matt has continued to engage with fans through social media, sharing glimpses of his time with fiancée Karen Chandler and updating followers on farm renovations. But he's also made it clear that this next chapter will be more private, more personal, and a lot less curated. Two of the most private Roloff children, Molly and Jacob, chose to exit the show years ago, preferring lives away from the spotlight. While Molly lives a low-profile life in Washington with her husband Joel, Jacob and his wife Isabel have been open about their desire to raise their son Mateo away from reality TV entirely. Jacob, in particular, has been vocal in his criticism of certain aspects of the show's production, especially in light of his own personal experiences with behind-the-scenes misconduct, which he revealed in 2020. For them, the official cancellation of Little People, Big World was less of a shock and more of a quiet confirmation of what had already begun. Jacob posted a simple message on his social media after the news broke, "Onward." The post was brief but telling. The show may have been part of his upbringing, but his identity no longer revolves around it. According to sources close to the family, Molly and Jacob both supported the end of the series and feel that the family is better off for it. They've been seen more often at private family gatherings, but have no interest in returning to the spotlight. Their sense of relief comes not just from avoiding future filming, but from knowing that the legacy of the show is complete, and they can all finally move on. End of Little People, Big World marked the close of a significant era in reality television. When it premiered in 2006, the concept of following a real family navigating life with dwarfism was groundbreaking. Over the years, the show earned praise for its honest depiction of both everyday life and extraordinary challenges. Fans have responded to the show's cancellation with a mix of nostalgia and understanding. While many express sadness at not being able to follow the Roloff's journey anymore, others acknowledge that the family deserved a break. Social media was filled with tributes, highlight reels, and personal stories from fans who said the Roloffs changed how they view little people, family dynamics, and farm life. TLC released a short tribute video thanking the Roloffs for their years of openness and dedication. The network hasn't ruled out future one-off specials or updates, but for now, the family is free to live life unfiltered and off-camera. Though Little People, Big World is over, the Roloff family is far from fading into obscurity. Several family members remain active on social media, with Amy, Tori, and Isabel continuing to engage with followers regularly. Amy has hinted at writing another memoir, while Tori is pursuing photography and motherhood content creation. Matt continues to build and expand Roloff Farms, which remains a popular tourist destination in Oregon. With the stress of filming gone, many of the Roloffs say they're now better able to focus on family relationships that were strained during filming. There's talk of a reunion at the farm later this year, with hopes that the absence of cameras will foster more genuine reconnection between siblings and parents alike. In an era where so many reality shows drag on past their prime, the Roloffs stepping away from the spotlight feels like a rare, graceful exit. They leave behind not just a legacy of groundbreaking television, but also a roadmap for how to preserve authenticity in the face of fame. For the Roloff family, the cancellation of Little People, Big World is not a loss, it's a liberation. It's the end of a public journey and the beginning of private peace. After nearly 20 years, they can finally live life on their own terms, without the camera's lens shaping every moment. While fans will surely miss their presence on screen, the family's message is clear. They're grateful for the experience, but even more grateful for what comes next. A new chapter has begun, one of rest, renewal, and the quiet joy